Hello there, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Nicholas. Nice to see you. Should get started in a few minutes here, hopefully. I see there's 3 of us from Dunbar Spring, so hopefully we'll have quorum tonight. That will be exciting. Ernesto, welcome. Thanks for being here. Damien and Matt is here. Welcome. How are you tonight, Damien?
I'm good. I'm hoping for some rain, man.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hey, Lord.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Good. Nice to see y'all too.
Huh.
We just finished up our bike check at the office. So it's been cool. We had a lot of people show up to get their bikes fixed.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Hi, Karen. Welcome.
Hey, Paps. At all.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Matt, are you in Dunbar Spring?
I am in the neighborhood, but I'm in Seattle right now.
Oh, okay, great. That's good.
Way to show up, Matt. Way to show.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That means there's 5 of us. We'll get started if we get a couple more.
I think a couple people should pop on.
Is Abra coming?
She's
No,
not.
Not able to come.
She's in the far northwest also. Their whole family's out of town for a couple weeks. Karen, where are the people who never show up who were there last month? You know, it's like Brad is never here. Brad was there with 20 questions plus.
Yeah.
He pretty much just shows up when he has 20 questions. We are not going to see him again for a year and a half.
He got his answers question. He got his answers.
Then he's done.
All right. Fair enough. We'll see. I can.
Who's our secretary? Is she here?
I'll text some people.
Desert is our secretary. I don't know if she's gonna be here tonight. I emailed her but didn't hear back.
Okay. So Fabs, I didn't say anything, but we didn't have June minutes because we didn't have a quorum. So
We didn't have a quorum,
That's
and
right.
and just
so just when you get to the thing, it's just May minutes.
Thanks for pointing that out. Good point. I will make that adjustment right now. Damien,
yeah.
would you like to facilitate or note take tonight if Desert does not show up?
Yeah, I'll facilitate.
You'll do facilitating? All right.
My pleasure.
Fantastic. Thank
I
you.
just texted Sky. I don't know if this is the Sky Jacobs of our neighborhood, but it's the only Sky in my phone, so I'm assuming
Hopefully.
it is them.
And I'll text Natasha.
Yeah. Sky's on his way here.
All right.
Boom.
He's got a, oh, and there's Tim. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Tim is 6. And then if Sky is coming.
I get a couple more here.
Welcome, Tim. Ernesto, how do you blur your background out like that? I found that on Teams the other day.
Yeah, there's a little button.
Oh, it's one of the buttons.
Yeah.
Great.
I think it's in
Fantastic.
the lower left. It says stop video or
Yeah.
video.
I found it in there, blur my background. Oh, good. You can't see my messy room anymore. Much more professional. Okay, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us from Dunbar.
Ooh.
So let's dive in.
All right. Welcome,
Uh,
everybody. I got the agenda here, so we'll call this meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Let's go really quickly around. Introduce yourself, and I like this prompt, Fafs. Tell us what you would order if you were going to the taco shop. So I'll start. My name's Damian Rawut. I live on Queen Avenue, 1017. I'm a simple guy. When I go to the taco shop, I usually get some carne asada tacos. Although recently I've been trying to watch my health, so I go fish. Fried, preferably. And with that, I'll pass it to you, Karen.
Karen Green, 1023 North Perry Avenue, ceviche tostada. That's what I need. Fafs.
Thanks, Karen. I'm Fafs Reeder. I'm the president of the Dunbar Spring Neighborhood Association, and I would like a beans, rice, and cheese at BCR burrito, please. It's my fave. How about you, Matt?
Matt Williams, 938 North Perry. It would be a torta with some pork, some seasoned pork. I can't remember the specific name. Thank you.
Let's go to you, Tim.
Hi, Tim Hagyard, 310 West 4th Street. And when I go to the taco shop, you know, I've been going to Juanitos a lot, and so I usually will get a couple carne asada tacos and a veggie burrito just to mix it all up. So there.
Good choice, Tim. Thanks for joining us. Off to you, Sky.
I don't know if we're talking about a specific taco shop, but generally I just do the normal thing when you're in this region. I get carne asada tacos.
Right.
Floor?
Floor, what's your choice?
I am from Sonora, so we eat cabeza tacos. So that is usually my order, or like tripas. So I'm gonna go on to. Do you want me to go or do you pick it? I'm sorry.
No, you can pick, but I guess we don't have that many people left. Ernesto.
I'm with Flor. Cabeza, tripitas, and when I can find it, which is somewhat hard, lengua, tongue. It's become a very expensive cut. And so a lot of the taqueros don't carry it. But those are my 3 favorites.
Good choices. How about Nicholas?
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicholas McCullough. I work for Supervisor Ali Tigri Halva with Pima County District 5. Thank you for having me. And if I'm going to go to the taco shop, I really like the chili relleno burrito. I think that's a pretty good choice. Thank you.
God, we had a full menu here. All right. Gail's iPad. This is one of my favorites. We might not hear from Gail or their iPad. And if we don't, that's all right. Oh, hey, Gail. You're muted though, Gail. My apologies. Yes.
Yay. I don't do tacos. I do green corn tamales. So
Excellent.
but wonderful to hear all the choices.
All right. Thank you, Gail. And Lisa, last but not least, she goes fish tacos. Thanks, Lisa, coming in from 827 9th. So with that, thank you all for joining. Thanks for sharing a little bit. I think we have pretty much the whole menu of any taco shop covered right there. Oh, we got Patricia Schwartz here joining us as well. We'll wait, do a quick introduction. Hi, Patricia. You want to introduce yourself quick? And we have a game we're playing as far as what would you order if you were going to a taco shop?
Hello. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I assume you're talking to me.
Yes.
Cool. I was like, what if those?
Nothing like getting called on right when you sign
I
on.
know. I was just like spinning here. Hi everyone. I'm Patricia. I'm here on behalf of Living Streets Alliance to talk to you all a little bit about Cyclovia. A little later on in the agenda. Gosh, if I was going, someone was going to the taco shop. Honestly, I always just kind of get like a veggie burrito because I don't really eat meat. So I would get a veggie burrito.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for that. Let's jump in quick. We didn't have June minutes because we didn't have a quorum. We just had kind of a little bit of a discussion about the project on 11th, and we'll get an update on that, I think. But we do need to approve the May minutes, so I wanted to check if anybody had any requested edits to that. So let me pause there and see if there's any comments about the May minutes. No, looks good. So do we have a motion to approve the May minutes?
We actually, point of order, we don't need a motion to approve them. We
never
just
mind.
need to note it if anybody has any changes. They're approved
Oh.
automatically.
Boom, all right. Stamp, signed, sealed, approved, May minutes done. I will also say that the treasurer's report, I assume, has not changed. Our treasurer is not here, but I'm guessing we have $940 in a bank account somewhere.
We've paid out a couple things since then.
Oh, okay.
We paid out, yeah, I don't have the number on me, but we paid $250 towards speed hump, I think, is my memory is correct. And we also paid around $43 for web services, I think. For
Got it.
Website.
That's
So
great. And
it-
there's no work has happened on the speed hump in case anybody was interested. So far, no news, but that's great. So we'll make sure the treasurer's stuff is up to speed on that. And so then discussions, let's start with Ernesto. You want to give us an update on the project on 11th Ave?
Hi, Damien. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ernesto Portillo with the Housing and Community Development Department. I work as a public information officer and also community engagement, and here to briefly talk about the empty plot at 11th and First. If some of you know more about it than I do, because I've been with the HCD just since January. But since I've been with HCD in January, HCD has started a process to develop the property. Just go back a little bit. Dunbar Spring has long been for a while now, and Karen can really speak to this, has long been talking with the city about what to do with the property. And Dunbar Spring has worked in an advisory role to provide input from the community. The city recently issued a request for qualifications to develop this parcel, as well as a parcel in Menlo Park on Westmoreland, just west of Menlo Park School and Park. And unfortunately, we received only 2 inquiries. 2 developers responded, and one was deemed unqualified for financial reasons. That left the developer FSL from Phoenix, which is a very well-known developer, has been working in affordable housing for a number of years, several decades, in fact. And so the city, again, is looking to develop affordable housing on the property. The steps we have taken so far is to begin talking with FSL, who has partnered with a local architect, Corky Poster. FSL has done several projects in Tucson, one notably being Maris on Cathedral Square downtown. The HCD has submitted a contract, a negotiating agreement with FSL. So we're waiting to hear from FSL. As part of the process, there is a committee from Dunbar, which includes Karen, which includes Natasha, which includes Sam Brown from the Dunbar Center, also includes representatives from the ward office. This group will be part of that, well, just one part of the review process. When, as we go along, this committee will look at what is being submitted and work with the neighborhood and work with HCD. There will be, as part of the process, there'll be larger public engagement with both Dunbar and of course with Menlo. Part of the negotiating agreement with FSL includes requirements to hold public engagement, public outreach that FSL will do in conjunction with housing and community development. We're looking to put an unspecified number of single-family homes for ownership, homes that will be affordable in perpetuity. I can't pronounce that word right now. You know, that would retain the affordability level. The city is going to try to work out with FSL a community land grant so that the city retains ownership of the land. But will, of course, the house will be sold to residents. Again, we're still in the very early stages. We have no designs. And we know that that's obviously a big part of the proposal, whatever comes through, because we of course want the best for Dunbar, the best for Menlo, best being all elements of being aesthetically pleasing, being affordable, being having enough elements there to make it an attractive project that people can be proud of and that the city can be proud of. We did hold a meeting recently with Karen, with Natasha, with Sam and Ward 1, where FSL and architect Corky Poster made a brief presentation, just an introduction, if you will, about the work that they have done and the work that they, in general, hope to do. And this is where we're at right now, Dunbar Spring. Again, a very early stage. I don't know when the negotiated agreement will be returned and finalized, but we'll certainly bring it to the review group that Karen and Natasha and Sam sit on. Karen was it present and has long been involved. If you wanted to add anything, please, Karen. And also Floyd was also in the meeting.
And Fabs, he was electronic.
Yes.
So yeah,
Correct.
Fabs was there too. So Matt, who's in this meeting today, is one of the folks that I've been trying to also get on this committee because he's worked on stuff as well. No, we just sent out, Fabs just sent out kind of the combination of his notes and my notes that we took at the meeting. And then Natasha sent out the handout that was presented from FSL, which is mostly responses to the document that the neighborhood had originally created, indicating what kind of development we were interested in. So that stuff went out over the weekend.
Thank you, Karen.
I do have a question though.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Come on, Karen.
Yeah.
Let it
It's a
rip.
meeting without Karen questions. I'm curious in terms of, I know you're not going to necessarily say who the developer was that didn't you guys didn't think was,
Mhm.
you know, fiscally capable. But I'm curious because I recently read about the developer that did the project at Prince and Stone, and now they're going to do a development near the El Pueblo
Correct.
center. And I realized that they are tending more towards apartment versus single family homes. I guess I'm just curious, like, at one point it was mentioned that a number of developers had expressed interest, but that only 2 actually applied. And while we don't have time to go chasing pipe dreams, I'm also kind of curious if you guys are following up with any of the people that expressed interest and didn't apply to find out why, because that might, it's not necessarily going to impact this project,
Right.
but it might impact what the city does moving down the road.
Right. Thanks, Karen. I believe Anne is following up, asking the developers who early expressed interest as to, you know, why didn't they follow up? I don't have any answers to that. As for the apartments that have been built at Prince and are going to be built on the south side, again, Dunbar, Spring, and for Menlo, these will be single family homes.
Go fast.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to thanks for coming, Ernesto. It's really nice to get that little briefing, and just wanted to open it up for everybody. We've got 7 or 8 minutes. If you have any questions, and these are questions that we could give to Ernesto. He might not have the answers now, but could bring back some of the answers. I have one that I'd love. This might not be the forum for it, but I'd love to understand a little bit more about the proposal is that each of these homes would be affordable housing, which I think is great. I support that. And I just want to understand that a little bit more. So in terms of the financing, like what it means to be affordable for someone that would be moving into these homes.
Well, they have to reach qualify at the average median income. It's 80%. Make them qualify for the home.
Okay, so I think that area median income for the county is $55,000.
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but thereabouts fast, 50, 55,
Yeah.
54, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So an 80% of that would be about $44,000, which could qualify for a mortgage of like around 150. But these homes, I think, will be more expensive than that. So I'm just trying to, I don't want to get into all the numbers now, but it's just something I'm interested in. And if you could point me towards any kind of resources,
Sure.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, as we go along, well, I'm sure, of course, this question will answers will be flushed out, and others. People are very, very curious and concerned about that threshold that you've pointed out. What does affordable housing mean today? What is the level? And given the cost of building, that is, as everyone knows, is just continues to climb. You know, it becomes a very, it becomes a challenging project, a challenging proposition. But yes, when we get down the road, we'll have more information on that.
Any other questions? Karen.
Hi, sorry, one more that I was thinking of, just kind of a concern for us moving forward in terms of if the city, if I know we talked about creating this land trust, but if the city is the holder of it, the city, like every other place, fluctuates in terms of who's in office, what their priorities are, what happens when the economy tanks. And I think if there hadn't been something that had been put on that land already, saying it has to be affordable in perpetuity, that land would have been gone, so that the city could have gotten money when it needed it. I'm not saying it didn't, but when it needed it. And so as we move forward, if that is the route that is taken, we just all need to make sure that every single safeguard is put into place so that something can't happen 20 years down the road when everything implodes. Like, so
Right.
anyway,
That's the goal, Karen. That's what I understand from talking to Ann and to Liz and others, that it is the goal. And certainly that is the role that you and Natasha and Sam and others will play in reviewing the proposals.
great. Thank you. Thanks.
Any other questions? One thing I will note, based on the discussion we had last month where we talked about this quite a bit, I'll just throw out if anybody's interested. I spent some time looking at FSL, and their name originally was the Foundation for Senior Living, I think, something
Yes.
along those lines.
Yes.
And they switched to the acronym in part because they do not solely specialize in senior living. So that is a question that comes up as anyone looks. That
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. And that's correct. I'm not sure when FSL changed over from its previous moniker to FSL.
And then Ernesto, for the good of the neighborhood, can you tell us if FSL has done any other projects in the Tucson area?
It has, but right now my scatterbrain does not recall that, and I don't have those in my notes. But I certainly can get that information to the association. But yes, it has done several, not many. Again, it has done most of its work in Maricopa County in the Phoenix area.
Okay,
But I'll get you that information.
perfect. That'd be great. Thank you.
It worked on the Marist project.
Yes. But there's another, I know they worked
There's
on another
another.
project or two, but right now, se me fue la onda, just out of my head right now.
I feel like it was also downtown Broadway. It was another senior project and it in like the Broadway church area,
Yeah.
I think.
All right.
Did I see Tim has a question?
Yeah, it's I mean it's such a complicated it's such a complicated thing, these lots. And I mean I don't recall how long this has been going on with the lot, being in the process of potentially having some homes built there. And and I get that. I don't know where the question is. There's going to be a question in here somewhere. Don't just wait for it. I just want to the acknowledgement that just it is a complicated issue of the homes to be built there. There is a dire need for these homes, whether it's these homes or affordable housing to be built, and we all want the best thing for everybody, for the neighborhood, for the people that are going to be living in these homes. Is actually another part that it wasn't acknowledged. It was talked about the neighborhoods and stuff, but the design and the quality of the build and everything, and it is going to give these folks who have the opportunity to live there is going to be transformed. I know that space makes a huge difference for me, and so just I know that that's a thing, but that's really probably the most important part of it. And so, and I guess the question is, so there's going to be a retention of the ownership of the land. So is that going to be reflected in the value that the folks are going to be buying the home for? So it would be a reduced, or is there a subsidized amount of that? I know that in the past there's been some, other homes that have gone for sale on the open market that have qualifying factors, and then in the future they're resold at market rates, and which is also a great thing, but it's also kind of painful to see these things sold at a lower rate and then later a higher rate. But that's one of the benefits of home ownership, is you can retain this value. But when there was this built-in, I don't know. So I don't know if that made any sense there, but
No,
I guess
it did.
the question was in the, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, thank you, Tim, for But with the city retaining ownership and control of the land, it does reduce the cost of the home. The homeowner is not buying the property, is just buying the structure. And the goal is to build into the deed restrictions on reselling the property, reselling the home, I should say. To keep the homes affordable. I don't want to use the word forever, but yes, to keep the home affordable. Again, that's the goal. That is what FSL and the city housing department will be working on, as well as, the community. Does that answer the question, Tim? That's what we're working to accomplish.
Thanks, Ernesto. Any remaining questions? I'm sure that as we expect this discussion will keep going.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
There's no doubt. Yeah, go ahead, Fafs.
Oh, let's go to Matt.
Oh, sorry.
As part of the review of the proposals, will the proposed budget for the development also be a part of it, or will it just be the design aesthetics? So in essence, are we going to get a cost breakdown of the proposed project?
I understand the question. I don't have an answer for that, Matt. That has not, I don't think it's come up in discussion. Maybe I missed it. Karen, Natasha, did that come up in the discussion? And Flor, did that come in discussion when we met? But I'll get that answer for you, Matt.
So I'm going to warn everyone. It looks like we're going to get knocked off in 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So everybody just plan to re-sign in with the same link. I think that should work for right, Fafs.
Yeah, I think so.
The old 40-minute Zoom cutoff. So in case anyone's wondering what happens in 4 minutes, that's what's happening.
I have a question, Ernesto, that someone sent on the email list. They couldn't be here tonight, but they're wondering how could they express support in terms of writing a letter of support? Who would that be helpful? Neighbors that wanted to support this project.
Oh, well, sure. They can write to this. They can write the association. They can write the housing and community development.
Okay.
Write the council office.
Thanks.
Natasha.
So I know that what Matt's saying is a concern, but for Ann Lawrence too, she feels like that what happens if we go through this whole process and the project can't be built because it's too far over budget to meet any of these affordable standards that we're trying to meet. And so I think that that's something that maybe needs to be built in, is that there's like a review of costs as we go along, because of where we're at already, that housing costs are so high and would really, not suck, but we're at 18 years right now. Tim asked how long it's been that we've been going down this path. I think it was 94 that we started down this path. So, the neighborhood's been, I would say, very patient for wanting this to happen within our neighborhood. So I would be extremely disappointing, maybe, would be to go through this process and then it can't be built because it's too expensive. So I just wanted to reiterate Matt's comment.
Thank you, Natasha.
Right. Any other questions for Ernesto? If not, I would propose, since we know that we're going to get cut off anyway, that we stop the meeting and restart it, and then we'll jump to you, Patricia, and get the Living Streets Alliance update. And so,
Damien, you made me hungry, so I'm gonna go get some tacos. And whatever. I think we just have beans in the fridge right now. So that's
Oh
great.
man, no cabeza? Come on.
No, it's the house. So anyway,
And Nesta, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for answering those questions. And also my gratitude to Karen and Natasha for having this conversation. Matt, I hope you join that committee so we get more input. But with that, Fafs, why don't you end the meeting for us and then we'll all jump back on.
thank you.